The arrogant mistress, shouting at her maid, said, "You never do any housework properly." Her husband, watching everything secretly, stood nearby. The mistress continued angrily, "You're always causing me losses. Now quickly clean this mess, and don't forget to wash the dishes." She then walked away. The poor maid, crying, started cleaning the entire floor. Afterward, she called her children and said, "If the landlord comes asking for rent, tell him to give us a couple more days. I'll ask my madam here. Maybe she'll help us." The kind-hearted master overheard everything. The maid was still saying to her children, "I'll finish work here and then bring food home for you all." When she noticed the master standing there, she quickly ended the call and said, "I'll go and check on the chores." The master stopped her and asked, "Who were you talking to?" The maid replied, "I was talking to my children." The master asked, "Then why do you look so worried?" The maid said, "I had to pay the house rent, but I don't have the money." The kind-hearted master said, "You should have told me earlier. I would have helped you." The maid said, "I thought once madam gives me my salary, I'll pay the rent." The master said, "You shouldn't expect anything from that arrogant woman. I'll give you some money. Use it for your rent." The maid said, "But if your wife finds out, she'll fire me." The master replied, "Don't worry about her. I'll handle that." He took some money from his pocket, placed it in her hands and said, "Keep this money, go pay your rent, and buy something nice for your children to eat." The maid said, "All right, I'll finish cleaning here and then go." The master said, "No, you don't need to do any of that today. My wife will do it herself." The maid nodded, "As you wish, sir." Meanwhile, the arrogant wife came into the kitchen and said, "Where has that maid disappeared to?" She began calling out for her when her husband entered. He asked, "Why are you shouting?" The wife said, "I gave her work to do, and I don't know where she's run off to. That woman has become completely useless." The husband said calmly, "She's leaving this house for good." The wife said, "How can she leave without asking me? I'll call her right now." The husband replied, "No need to call her." At that moment, the maid handed her apron to the master and said, "I'll be going now." The wife said, "What's all this? Where is she going?" The husband said, "I've given her work elsewhere, and from now on, you'll be doing all the housework." The arrogant wife shouted, "Are you crazy?" "I've never done housework in my life." The husband replied, "When you can't respect others' dignity, you'll have to do the work yourself." The maid quietly took her leave and left. The husband handed the apron to his wife and said, "From now on, you'll do all the kitchen chores." The proud wife protested, "But doing that will make my hands dirty." The husband said, "Now you'll learn what it feels like to care for others." Then he walked away. The arrogant wife, full of regret and shame, finally began doing the work herself. So viewers, tell us in the comments, did the husband do the right things? If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share it.